Rio 2016 Olympics. The purpose of my speech is to have the audience be aware that there are environmental problems that are concerning Brazil in hosting the 2016 Olympics. Rio de Janeiro has won the bidding to host the 2016 Olympics back in 2009. However, Rio is currently facing some tragic environmental problems in their own hometown. Brazil has only 500 days more to prepare for this worldwide event. It is still unsure whether Brazil will meet its safety standards in hosting the Olympic event in 2016. Given that the Summer Olympic is a worldwide event, the health and safety for the people that are competing in these summer games are widely important. It is also important for those that are involved in assisting in this event and those that come from around the world to watch and be a part of this event. Countries bid to host the worldwide Olympics. Although we do not predict the outcome of the country's situation during that time, cities that bids to host has to be able to host a safe and healthy environment for the Olympians, those that are involved in planning and implementing the Olympics, and those that are traveling from afar to watch. Every city is open to bid for the Summer or Winter Olympics. Games between the year 2000 and 2020 bids for hosting the Olympic Games have had 57 cities placed 80 bids to host the Olympics. The key factors of the Olympic Committee looks over are the following: bidding, land use, legacy, urban planning. It does not matter whether the city or country is an urban development or non-developed, but the project looks at its local development strategies. The long-term planning of such a huge project is anticipated. Analyzing the use of the land is important to proceed with these games. If the land is unable to hold the capacity of the event, then it would not work. Having such strategy and long-term planning will set legacy for the hosted city for the Olympic. Funding and investors plays a huge part in all of this. It is not cheap to host a worldwide event. The project is so huge that it takes years of planning, and it becomes costly for the city. Without its financial backbone, the project cannot proceed. All applications are not accepted to host the Olympics. It is the responsibility of the committee to also do their intensive reviews of all proposals that are presented to them and doing their own research in the city, whether it is a place that will be able to host such an event. There are 4 challenges currently that Rio has to fix in order for the 2016 Olympics. 1. Pollution in Guanabara Bay. Secondly, the water and energy crisis. Third, Olympic development raising social tension. And 4th, street crime and public safety. Well, Guanabara Bay is massively dumped with garbage and mixed with raw sewage. Cleaning up the bay by 80% is part of Rio's plans. It is looking almost impossible for it to happen. Currently, Rio is only at 49% of the cleanup. The waters of Rio de Janeiro are so contaminated that human sewage and rubbish in streams, lakes, canals, lagoons, and the ocean, causing a health hazard for the competing Olympians for the water sports such as swimming, boating, and sailing. It is not only a risk factor for the Olympians, but for visitors as well who goes to the beach. Testing was done and continues to be conducted in the waters of Brazil. The first comprehensive testing was conducted for viruses and bacteria in the areas of the Olympic sites. The testing found extreme high levels of bacteria and viruses in areas where water athletes are to compete their aquatic sports, risking their health and risk themselves of catching any illnesses from the contaminated waters of Brazil. These are dirty waters. Brazil's energy is also a huge problem, where Brazil is dependent on obtaining 70% of their energy through their hydropower. However, with Rio's drought, it is a risky ground, and should their water levels drop to 10% in capacity, Rio is forced to stop its hydroelectric plants. With plans of hosting 2016 Olympic events, community in Rio are outraged. Those of the 8,000 families are living in the slums, which are located on the outskirts of Rio, will be removed from their homes in order to do constructions for the project. Mass demonstrators are formed because of this. Crime has risen over the last 30 years of Rio. There is a huge spike in robberies occurring since the recent months, assaults towards commuters everywhere. Even stopped vehicles are being robbed in their own cars. With rising crime in Rio, it becomes dangerous for visitors and holding the event. Rio is trying to take steps in resolving all these four major problems before the 2016 Olympics. However, Rio's own political government and the Olympics Committee are quite concerned with the very slow progress Rio has made. Even though Rio's government increases its armed forces of police officers, it is still not enough to resolve what Rio is currently going through. Already, the waters surrounding Rio are majorly contaminated and are at its slow progress of being cleaned. There is no doubt a huge concern for the 2016 Olympic host, Rio, Brazil. The country is currently facing so many problems, and little progress have been made since winning the bid to host the 2016 Olympics, which was back in 2009 during the Summer Games of the same year. With just 500 days or even less to clean Rio's waters, crime rates, tension with society, and its energy, the Olympic Committee must have a backup plan. It would seem unreasonable and unsafe to have Olympians compete in unsafe territories and causing Olympians health risks. In my opinion, with such a huge project for Rio and so little time, the 2016 Olympic Games should in fact be relocated to a more stable and capable country or city to hold the 2016 Olympic. A place that will not cause any harm or risk to its competitors and visitors. The committee should not have taken this long to think about relocating its Olympic Games. The committee should have kept track of the progress of Rio's cleanup every month since the day the bid was approved. This was a failure because there is no way a cleanup this huge with multiple problems can be resolved so quickly. It takes days, months, and years for such a cleanup. It is merely impossible at this point. Any huge concern would have been avoided of the Olympic Committee if the Olympic Committee was on top of the cleanup and progress in Rio.